Arriving at the airport with no one to greet you can be a very lonely feeling. You would think it would be a sad feeling to be all alone, but as I walked out and continued on, I started to feel something else. At first it felt aimless, like I used to feel as a kid, playing around, being stupid, not caring about learning, thinking we could do whatever we want. Me and my sister. Those were the days where we had all the time in the world, and we could waste it all on being idiots, going around in circles. I lived in a place where it was nothing but fields, under a sky that was more gray than blue, and dirt roads too muddy to step on, so we were indoors all the time because of the rain, and we did what we could to stay happy, but not my sister. As we grew older, I began to adapt to my surroundings till I didn't want to leave, but she still continued to pine. She pined to Mom. She pined to Dad. She even pined to me to step outside more often, to not be so trapped, and we all ignored her. When we grew up, she left home and found someone else to love. She thought she found someone who could take her to see the world. She ended up loving him too much, and he trapped her inside their home. That was where I found her, one rainy day, in her bathtub, permanently submerged. Growing up, I've made mistakes. I get hurt for no reason just because I can. I've hurt others just because I can. And when I was threatened not to hurt anything ever again, I forced myself into my own little world, where my sister doesn't know how to get to me, until she's no longer there for me anymore. So I hurt her so-called husband just because he deserved it. And that put me inside a little white room where I couldn't be out in any other world. All this time, I always wondered how long I lied to myself to pass the time. It was only when I was no longer inside the little white room that I went back home, only to find that I have no more home to go to. All that's left is a tree, with 3 mounds in the shade underneath, and the same gray sky always watching over them. My sister once told me that she wanted to go somewhere where she could see blue all the time. She hoped she could buy a boat and sail out for days and just become a part of the blue, like the color of my eyes. I used to wonder what it was like to see water stretch out for miles, to see it vast, never-ending, terrifying, unexpected, but free. Here I am, outside, away from home, looking at a part of the world I've never been in, because I am. I'm still here, and there is so much more for me to do. I am scared, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing next, but I'm doing what I should have done all this time. I'm taking my first step. I'm diving in. I'm free to be me.